I want to spend the next few minutes and talk about what I call or fragments of a memory. That's what most of life becomes after a while. Pieces of things that you can't really hold on to anymore. Things like a laughter from an earlier time, or the smell of Sunday supper on a stove, or even the sound of a screen door closing behind someone you once loved. We don't remember the days whole. We just remember the moments that cut deep enough to stay. Um, this one's about those moments or those pieces, um, the ones that don't fade over time, no matter how far you go. It's from my book When the Music Fades. I hope you enjoy. It's called Fragments of a Memory. There's a certain simplicity in the good old days, a clarity that only comes with time and distance. It's easy to look back and see the golden moments, the times when everything felt right, when life was full and rich. But the real trick is to recognize those days while you're living in them, to know their value before they slip through your fingers and become memories. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to overlook the small things that make these days good. The laughter around the dinner table, the warmth of a familiar embrace, the quiet moments of contentment. These are the things that make up the fabric of the good old days. The moments that you will look back on with a pang of nostalgia. It takes a certain mindfulness to appreciate them in the moment, to hold on to them before they're gone. Life has a way of moving quickly or shifting and changing before you realize it. Excuse me. The children grow up, the seasons change, and what once was familiar becomes a thing of the past. It's only later, when you're sitting quietly and reflecting on these days that have gone by, that you realize how good they were. There's a sweetness in this realization, but it's also a touch of sadness. You wish you had known then what you know now, and you had taken time to savor those moments. To know you're in the good old days before you leave them requires a kind of presence, a way of being in the world that is fully attentive to the here and now. It means slowing down and taking the time to notice the beauty in every day, to appreciate the people around you, to feel the warmth of the sun on your face and the breeze in your hair. It's about being grateful for what you have, even when it seems ordinary or mundane. There's a wisdom in this way of living, a deep understanding that life is fleeting and the good old days are not a distant memory, but something that you're creating right now. It's about cherishing the present, about making the most of the time you have with the people you love. It's about finding joy in the simple things, about being fully alive in each and every moment. In the end, the good old days are not a specific time or place, but a state of mind. They are times when you are fully present, fully engaged with the world around you. There are moments when you are connected with the people you love, when you are doing things that makes you happy, when you are at peace with yourself and the world. To recognize these days while you're living in them is a gift, a way of holding on to the beauty of life even as it passes by. Certain songs and smells have a way of transporting us to the good old days, stirring up memories we thought were long buried. The opening notes of an old tune or the faint scent of a familiar perfume can bring it all rushing back. The sights and the sounds and the feelings of a time where life was simpler and everything felt more vivid. Each time Boston's Amanda plays, suddenly I'm 17 again, driving down a dusty back road with the windows down and the warm summer air rushing in. or when the radio plays that quintessential 80s tune pulled straight from the closing credits of The Breakfast Club, the one that always made us sing along. I can see my friends beside me, their laughter mingling with the music, the landscape blurring past in a golden haze. It was a snapshot of our youth, a moment that felt like it would last forever. The smell of freshly cut grass takes me back to a long afternoon's spent in the backyard, the scent of earth and green filling the air. I remember the feel of the sun on my skin, the sound of a Braves baseball game on TBS, the lazy drone of insects in the heat of day. These were the times when the world felt wide open, when anything seemed possible. It was the scent that brings with it the memory of endless summers, of days that stretched out like a promise. The aroma of my mother's kitchen, the scent of biscuits and chocolate gravy, or the frying crackles of and pops of pork chops coming from a cast iron skillet, calls to mind the warmth and comfort of home. I can see her there, moving with practiced ease, a smile playing on her lips. The kitchen was the heart of our home, a place where stories were told and laughter was shared. It is a smell that wraps around me like a blanket, a reminder that the love and security that filled those days was endless. Van Halen's 5150 and Def Leppard's Hysteria albums take me back to nights spent around a campfire, the stars spread out above us like our very own constellation. We would sing those old songs, our voices mingling with the crackle of the fire, the warmth of flames chasing away the chill of the night. This was a time of camaraderie, of feeling connected with something larger than us. These are the songs that still play in my mind, that bring back a sense of belonging, of being part of a close-knit group. The scent of the ocean, the salty tang of sea air rekindles memories of Jimmy Buffett's A Pirate Looks at 40, of Dave spent on the shore with the sound of waves crashing in the background. I can see the sand between my toes, feel the cool rush of water as it laps at my feet. These are the memories of carefree days, of time spent together with people I loved, the horizon stretching out endlessly before us. These songs and smells are more than just triggers for memories. They are a way of connecting with our past, of keeping these moments alive in our hearts. They remind us of good times, of the people we shared them with, of the feeling of being young and free. They are the reminder of the good old days are never truly gone, that they live on in our senses, in the music we listen to, and the scents that fill our lives. In recognizing these moments and cherishing these memories we conjure, we find a way to hold on to the past even as we move forward. We're reminded of the richness of our lives, of the beauty of the days we once lived. And in the recognition, we find a deeper appreciation for the present, for the moments that we're creating right now. For these too will become good old days, the memories that we will look back on with fondness and nostalgia. So take time to notice the good in your life, to appreciate the people around you, to savor the moments, the joy and the contentment. Know that these are the good old days, that you're living in them right now. And in doing so, you'll create a life that is so rich and full, a life that you can look back on with gratitude and with pride. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking time to listen, and hope you enjoyed it. If you did, again, like I always say, slide on over to my YouTube page and give it a like and subscribe and help me grow it so I can continue telling stories from the good old days. Thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all. God bless.